Okay, so let's see here. Number 7, how can you show that you have a strategic approach to your work? Maybe you have goals for 6 months, a quarter, OKRs, milestones, documents, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so basically, I would say it generally starts with something like this, where a client's like, yeah, like, here's like kind of what we're looking for. We're trying to get into these publications. Um, these are the kinds of things that we're trying to win or do. We would love to have interview opportunities at these places, yada yada. We've had a couple announcements. Okay, so I take all this stuff, I put together a proposal, and that's where the proposal will essentially have like probably some goals and things like that, where we're setting expectations, setting the overall strategy of things. So here's a few examples just for you to take a look at. Um, Let me see if I can find the ones that we actually turned into a nice proposal. Okay, so like for example, here's how one could look that was basically structured around thought leadership. Um, I'll share a couple of these with you so you can kind of get a sense for like, okay, here's where we outline what we're going to be doing. And then this is where we kind of get into like deliverables within the first, within the second month. This is what you can expect within the third month. This is what you can expect. Not by the end of 90 days, you'll have 10 to 15 media placements and op-eds, 5 to 8 op-ed, 2 to 4 podcasts, 1 TV segment, LinkedIn, 32 to 42 posts, blah, blah, blah. This person was wanting social media and a lot of like thought leadership stuff. So, basically, we talk a good deal about this stuff. When you take a look at this, you'll kind of see how we're outlining it. This person was all about thought leadership. There's another version that is not thought leadership based, but we do similar things where basically we'll talk about the different phases. The first 4 to 6 weeks we'll be doing this. We'll build the media list. Here are the deliverables. When we get into, we even say like, hey, this is what we're not doing and what we can't promise. But basically, I think for something like this, we'll always list out, okay, podcasts, thought leadership placements, coverage tied to news flow, award speaking and submissions, 4 to 8 launch articles for this product. So in general, we try our best to set these expectations and goals early on in the initial scope of work. And I would say like most clients, when we first kick off, are going to be either doing like a 3-month or a 6-month contract. And so what we would put in that proposal that you just saw would be like the goals for the 3 months and the goals for the 6 months. And then, yeah, if they renew, we would develop new goals, iterate on it from there. So, yeah, that's basically how we like our sort of strategy and approach. And I'll put a bunch of these proposals into Slack so you have a few different examples about, how these things kind of look.